If you're looking for best practices for your bank or credit union, join us while we talk all things sales, marketing, and strategy for financial institutions. Let's make it happen with FiGrow Solutions.
Hi there, I'm Meredith Olmstead, CEO and founder of FiGrow Solutions. We are a digital marketing and sales consulting agency, and we work exclusively with banks and credit unions. And I am here with our Director of Sales, Danielle Fancher. Say hi, Danielle.
Hi, everyone.
And Danielle and I were just having a really interesting conversation about some of the work she's been doing with our clients around our credit union and bank clients around driving more sales success. So it's kind of like marketing, but also very much around a little bit more specifically around closing the loop and closing those deals. And so Danielle has worked in financial institutions for most of her career until last year when she joined FiGrow. And I was like, why don't we hit record on this conversation and let you share some of what you have learned over, a pretty lengthy career about how to drive more success at a regional bank or a mid-sized credit union. So the first thing I love this term, but the first thing you mentioned to me is making sure that you have the right employees in the right seat. Or like if you think of it as your company or your institution is a bus, are they in the right seat on the bus? So what do you mean by that, Danielle? Like talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah. So what I learned very early on was I didn't necessarily need to find an employee that really knew sales. I never looked for someone that was a really good salesperson. I looked for someone that really liked to serve people, that had really great customer service skills, and that really wanted to go the extra mile to help people. And so I think a lot of times in the financial institution industry, whenever you have loan officers or frontline employees, they get so nervous about offering products and services. And I think from a management perspective, sometimes we think, well, we maybe need to hire more salespeople. And I don't think that's the answer at all. I think that you just need to make sure that the people that you're hiring have like a true heart of service and they want to go the extra mile and serve the members and ask the right questions and they're willing to have those conversations. So
yeah. And I mean, honestly, certainly there's going to be some of that frontline staff that might need a little bit more training around products and services or like pain points that a typical customer or a member might be facing at different stages of their lives, or if somebody comes in and they're like, I'm interested in an auto loan, maybe there's a couple of, questions you might like dig a little bit before you were to say, take their information or offer a solution of some kind. But so absolutely there's going to be training opportunities there, but just caring really, like just wanting like a lot. I don't know if you say that, but sometimes people say really good sales is just service.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I don't even like to use the word sales at all.
Yeah.
And so I think sales like really scares people, especially in the credit union and community bank industry. And so I say like, just don't even say the word sales. We're not selling anything. Like we're providing a service to our membership and to our customer base. And so that's what I mean. Like if you have a heart of service and you aren't listening to respond, but really listening to learn about the person in front of you, then you have completely taken sales out of it. You're just serving that person. So if they're talking about their grandkids and, or a vacation, you can really customize your approach and conversation with them. And you're only talking to them about things that they're actually interested in. So you can start talking about a new savings account for their new grandbaby. Or you can start talking about a money market account that's earning a ton of interest for a vacation that's coming up. So it's really just about listening and not just listening to respond to them, but really listening to get to know them and then to educate them about what's important to them.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, you also were talking about like just generally being more proactive. And one of the things that we've always run into, especially with credit unions, but even community banks as well, is there isn't very much as a culture or a sales culture at those institutions. Typically what happens is they kind of react to situations with customers or members. So they wait for someone to come to them with an issue, a question, a problem, and then they a lot of times will do an amazing job of solving that problem for that individual at the time, but it's very reactive. And so you said sometimes it's really important to also be the opposite of that, which is proactive. So when that comes to sales, what does that look like?
So being proactive in a sales environment or in a financial institution industry is to me, it's not just sitting and waiting. And that's what happens, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we have employees in branches that are kind of just sitting around waiting for people to come in. And for me, that's really the benefit of what we do at FIGRO. And that's really what connected the dots for me whenever I was introduced to FIGRO, is having the CRM and having HubSpot and being able to fully understand the customer journey and being able to see what our members and customers were actually interested in on the website, seeing that they downloaded a blog about a first-time car buying experience, or seeing that they were interested in improving their credit score, and being able to connect those dots and being able to train my employees to get into HubSpot and to go through that contact record and actually look and see what the members are interested in and what they're engaging in, and then being able to be proactive and reaching out to them and just being a resource to them. Again, you don't have to sell them anything. It's really just about reaching out and being able to say, hey, I see that you might be interested in a first-time car buying experience. Like, I'm Danielle, I want to help you. What can I do for you? And so I think that's what is so unique about what we do at FIGRO, is really being able to connect the dots between sales and marketing and helping the frontline staff really understand like what the marketing efforts are and how to communicate with the members in regards to what they're actually interested in.
So you said also, like you said that you touched on this, a minute or two ago about not even calling it sales, really. I mean, so how do you refer, or like, how is that like kind of taking the 4-letter word, or whatever, it's close enough, but it's like people think of it as a 4-letter word, like people are just trying to make money, I know that one of the ways that we've always coached, or that when I've worked with clients in a sales enablement capacity, is that whatever it is that you're trying to share with the consumer needs to authentically make sense for them. Like it has to be the best thing for them. And if you're kind of trying to figure out a reason why the product or service, the change makes sense, then maybe it's not the right time or the right fit, and that's really important. And I think this is like kind of goes into what you're saying about, it's not all about just closing the sale, but it also has to be a really good fit. How is that translated for you and your career as a VP of sales or VP of consumer lending, really?
Yeah. So same thing, exactly what you said. We're customizing the approach, customizing the product offering to the member or to the customer based on what they're talking about. For instance, I had a lady who, just through conversation had told me that her husband had passed away, and she was having to go through the difficulties of trying to pick up the car payment and pay this vehicle off and all of the things that come along with that, and getting death certificates. And she was helping her daughter co-sign on a loan. Well, in the credit union space, we have payment protection. And so that would have been a more difficult sale if I wouldn't have taken the time to really understand the lady that I was talking to, the member that I was talking to. But because I listened and I heard her story, I was able to then tell her, hey, we have this really, really great product that if you were to pass away, your daughter's not going to have to deal with this since you're both on the loan. It would completely pay the loan off. And so again, you're taking that sales side out of it, and you're really offering a customized approach and a custom service to the member that makes sense for them.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, you were so focused in most of your career in a lending leadership capacity or role. And now you've come over kind of to the agency side, and we've been doing a lot more sales coaching and working with sales teams at different institutions. But that kind of connects the dots for you. And the last thing you were talking about, which was probably the most important thing around making sure sales is more successful, is bringing together marketing and sales. So like Tell me a little bit about that, because you were talking about how, and you usually, for a long time when you were working in sales and in consumer lending, you had no idea what marketing was doing. So that's crazy. I mean, I can't even imagine.
That is so common. I remember one financial institution I worked at, people would come in and tell us they got an email or there was a promotion, and everyone in the branch is like, what are they talking about? We have no idea what's going on. And so I'm like panicked, as the branch manager trying to figure out like what is going on. And so it's been really, really refreshing at FIGRO to really see and understand the importance of sales and marketing working together. And so being able to, and not just for the marketing side, but for the retail side as well. And so it's like, marketing puts all of this effort towards bringing customers and bringing members into the financial institution to grow loans and accounts and deposits and all of these things. But sometimes they don't even get to see like the end result. They don't get to see the people that come in. Well, on the other side of it, they kind of just think, or we think like on the retail frontline side, that people are just coming in. We don't understand that marketing is actually on the back side, doing digital ads, doing Google ads, posting nonstop, sending emails, mailers, all of these different things, the onboarding that we do. And so with HubSpot and with FIGRO, it's been really, really refreshing. And I can see like this aha moment whenever I train our sales enablement clients, for them to be able to see like, oh, this person applied for this loan because they saw an ad on Google, which then they went to the website, and then they went to the loan application, and then they downloaded a blog, and now they're here. And so you're able to track all of that and really see like the entire journey of the consumer. And that's what I mean. Like, then your approach to them is customized to them. It's about what they are interested in. And so it's like this marriage of marketing and sales where it just all comes together. And it's like, okay, now I understand like how this works and why these people are coming in and applying for loans. And so it's really kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like if you're working with retail, like managing a retail team, and you get a really nice set of reviews, or a customer comes in and tells you how great their experience was in closing a loan or buying their first home or whatever it happens to be. It's really important to share those stories with your employees, right? Because if they don't hear that feedback, if they don't hear how they've made an impact on somebody's life, they don't understand the positive influence they have. We can all take pride in our work, right? But it's great to hear, when you're doing something well. So I think that also goes towards marketing and back towards sales. It's marketing likes to see, oh, hey, look, we actually brought in all of these loans, or we brought in all of these new members and they opened up new accounts, or this is helping drive deposits, which now we can lower our interest rate or offer a dividend or whatever it might be. So it is really nice for different individuals and different departments to understand that they're a piece of the success of the institution as a whole.
Absolutely.
And so awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Danielle. This is really great feedback. It's really nice to hear that you're having such nice interactions with our sales clients, but also just generally being able to share some of that best practice. So I hope you all enjoyed some of this, and you're able to kind of get some ideas around your own sales success at your financial institution. If you want to learn more about digital marketing or sales for your bank or credit union, please visit us at figro.com. We have lots of other blogs, podcasts, case studies. So please visit us there. Otherwise, let's just all get out there and make it happen.